Plenty happening here at Greyhounds WA at the moment. WA Bred Championship final at Cannington on Saturday night. We've got the Dash on Thursday night. Lots going on. Hello and welcome to the Wednesday preview. We're going to cover it all. My name is James Broadhurst. I'm joined by Troy Iwanek. How are you, Troy?
I'm very well, thanks, James. More importantly, how are you? We haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. You are back in the chair?
Back. Glad to be back. And as always, the racing moves on, mate. It doesn't stop for anyone, and there's plenty more happening over the next few days, isn't there?
Yeah, plenty. Absolutely heaps happening. There's lots on the card to talk about. Excited to get into it.
Yep.
So let's do that. But it is good to have you back.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Good to be back. Let's kick off with this final of the WA Bred Championship. Before we look at the field for that, Troy, let's go back to last weekend's heats and Miss Envy coming in with a dominant display from box 2 as the fastest qualifier.
Maylada in the middle, then followed by Wisebarrow. West on Sydney sees them all towards the back, and Miss Envy is the leader, hunting up around the outside with Sunset Mirage, then followed by All About Stone, camped on them. West on Sydney, Maylada and Wisebarrow, but off the back, and Miss Envy in full flight, out by 5 lengths on All About Stone, then followed around the outside by West on Sydney running on, but Miss Envy's off and gone, wins by 4.5 on West on Sydney.
So we bring up the field for the WA Bred Championship. It's a good one. Miss Envy gets box 8 here. I reckon that's probably the only question mark for the greyhound here. She's won 3 of her past 4, and the time she didn't win in that sequence was when she was second behind Iconic Jack in that spring gift final, which is a good run in its own right. Look, she's getting back to her best. I spoke to Steve Shinners earlier in the week. Very confident with the way the dog's going. Not super impressed with the draw, but he did find ways that she could win from out there, and I think her class could tell a tale here. Some of the other runners to look at here, Troy, Linguini Manelli, another dog in good form at the moment, comes in off 3 straight wins, claimed his heat on the back of success over the 600, so we know he's going to bring some strength to this contest, as will the likes of West on Sydney and Bezecchi. While on the other end of the scale, we've got Timmy Tesla and Our Aussie Salute. Those 2 dogs will bring early speed, and Wisebarrow from box 1 will bring who knows what. How do you see this race?
Good question. We spoke about Miss Envy. I think I said the reigning Greyhound, WA Greyhound of the Year, was nearly back to her best last week, and she proved that again in that run. It was a fantastic effort. Linguini Manelli, I said I wasn't sure, stepping back from the 600 to 500, but got the sit right behind Timmy Tesla, who a Greyhound who is probably getting overlooked. He's in fantastic form at the moment, but because he's not getting the wins next to his name, we're probably not talking about him as much. But he is absolutely flying, doing everything right, just getting caught going to the line by maybe some slightly stronger greyhounds. So he's absolutely one to watch here, and if you're playing exotics, definitely have him in this race, because he just seems to be challenging for the lead in just about every race that he goes in at the moment.
If this was over 500 or 490, you'd
almost be on him. He'd be a great little bet in that sense. Now, Bezecchi returned last week, wasn't a bad run. West on Sydney, as we always say, and I'm not going to go into too much detail here, needs a bit of luck, but definitely the greyhound thereabouts. Our Aussie Salute, I said last week, one of the most informed greyhounds going around and absolutely flying. Found a little bit of bother last week. I think forgive that run. My concern this week is drawn in outside of Wisebarrow, who does like to use a bit of the track. That's my concern. Aussie Salute's going to have to clear Wisebarrow early. If it does, it may get itself in a good position, because if Wisebarrow wants to use a bit of the track and Aussie Salute's off and gone, it may help that cause.
A lot can happen with these inside dogs, couldn't it? I mean, could go several ways. It could be trouble, or if one of them clears.
There's a lot of pace here, though. Aussie Salute, Timmy Tesla, Miss Envy could all be challenging here early. I'm not sure how that's going to position going in the first turn. Linguini's going to be the sit back and try to get some run through at some point.
As will Sydney.
As is Sydney. I just don't think Linguini's going to get into as good a spot early, but I still wouldn't want to discount it. But Yeah, just a very tough race. But what it does show us, James, is just how good our WA breeding is at the moment. When you've got a race like this, which are all WA bred greyhounds, what a classy field.
It is very classy. Speaking of the class, I think the class will rise to the top here.
You're on the Envy?
I think so. Despite the draw, it's got tools to win from out there, whereas some of these other dogs have to have everything go their way. Certainly likes of Western Sydney, it just needs that run through, which it just isn't been getting, and has been leaving the run too late. So
I stand by my comment. I think Sydney's going to be better when he gets over more ground, and I think he'll get the clean running that we're desperately hoping he gets in these races. And I think we'll see that more down the track, hopefully.
All right, there we go.
But I think with you, Miss Envy, absolutely in terrific form, and I'm keeping our Aussie Salutes very, very safe.
All right, there we go. That is the final of the WA Bred Championship at Cannington this Saturday night. The night before Friday night, we've got a free-to-all over the 400 metre journey. Thought this one was worth a look at Troy because we've got a nice field together here. Box 1, Wise Move, last start winner, has got early speed to take advantage of the draw. Buller, been placing at big odds at free-to-all level. His past few will charge late. Cracker Jack Scud, good win over the 488 2 back, but I think it's Surf the Sun that's going to shine brightest in this field. Troy, have a look at this. The Gary Nelson trainer has been gnarly, in a good sense that is, riding a crest of a wave. He's recorded a top 3 finish from his past 13 starts, including 4 wins for his past 5. He clocked a PB of 22.08 about a month back. Got early speed and a good finish. Does he keep winning here?
I think Surf's up.
Surf's up?
Surf's up. I think absolutely can keep winning here.
Yeah.
I've got no other surf puns. I think you've stolen them all from me.
Hang 10.
Well, I was going to drop some Beach Boy titles in there, but I think that we might get lost on some of our audience.
Right.
But look, do love a bit of Kokomo, I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
Look, Surf the Sun in terrific form, going very, very well, and I think it positions in this race exceptionally well. The one that I would be keeping a question mark on is Buller.
Buller?
Buller.
Okay, you like that late charging potential from this greyhound?
I do, and I'll add one more to that, is just Wise Move off the red. In good form as well.
Yeah, I don't mind this dog, but I think Surf the Sun, barring any kind of catastrophes,
from what you
should be
just
right
showed
up in
us,
this. Yeah,
absolutely,
going very well. All right, that
we'll hold
is
our scorecards up of 10.
Yeah, nice.
The judges on the beach.
Yeah, I'm not really much of a beach person, I've got to say. I've never surfed
Doesn't
in
surprise
my
me,
life.
James.
Okay, it's from my deep tan.
Doesn't surprise you. Imagine you more of a computer
turn it up,
movie buff type guy.
Okay, all right, I'm very outdoorsy, just not water. We're land-based creatures, Troy.
See, when you say outdoorsy, right? I don't want to go off tangent here, but when you say outdoorsy, I get this image of you playing the murderer in that movie in the forest.
That's a lot. That's a deep cut. Look into my filmography, viewers. Anyway, we got to move on from that's not greyhound.
The fact that I know that is not
it is actually very concerning. That's a documentary, actually. No, I'm kidding. Speaking of dogs that
pull the knife out my back.
Speaking of dogs, they're going really well at the moment. We're going to see one in this final of the Dash at Mandurah on Thursday night, Troy. It's going to feature Nightlighter. Let's go and have a look what this dog did last start.
Racing, Nightlighter flew out again. Lead Sweetie Pie, Ita keeping Rowdy Hoodlum. And then Fearless Russ, Wellback, Ruby's Rocket, Select Mills and Sassy Snickers. Nightlighter dashed away from Sweetie Pie, running on Rowdy Hoodlum, but Nightlighter by 6.
Yes, Nightlighter, what a great run that was in the heats. And he's got box 6 here for the final. Troy just absolutely dominating this 300 metre trip over both Northam and Mandurah for trainer John Rigetti. He's won 15 of his past 18 starts. Really hard to go past Nightlighter. Threats in this race, if there are any. I thought we've got a really handy young dog in box 1 here, Red Hot Money, and then in the 8 Sunset Ali, a seasoned pro, comes in also as a heat winner and does love the pink. So threats in this one, I thought, from the bookends, but can you really go past Nightlighter the way the dog's racing at the moment?
No, I can't. But I 100% agree with you. I think the threats are at either end of the draw. Red Hot Money in great form, going superb for Tony Scott. And Sunset Ali, a bit more of a veteran these days, but still pops up and does a very, very good job and cannot be overlooked.
Yeah, there we go. Just quickly, Nightlighter, a dog over the 300 or 297 Northern 300 Mandurah, to have that sort of consistency in what is a race where you miss a step, you're gone. Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, well, consistency. You know, a greyhound that can be consistent at box rise, get the job done. We do know, like, if you're not in front in these races, it's very hard to come from behind because it's a bit of hit and miss. So yeah, if you're getting it done regularly over that trip, you're certainly doing something right, and a great job by John Righetti to keep this greyhound in such great form and consistent.
There we go, Nightlighter going around in the final of the Dash at Mandurah. That's Thursday night. Troy, some sad news earlier today. We lost another industry stalwart, a well-known person around the game, our long-time on-course photographer, Joe Mulder.
Yeah, a man that I knew growing up as a kid, and it was always great to see him because you knew you just want to race. When he was taking the photos. But a man who I found to be an absolute stalwart of the industry, got along with everyone, was a fantastic man, did a great service to the greyhound world. The images and photos he took over, not just the races, but the events and functions. A short story, that a little reminder of myself that I can remember with him was at one event one night, I think it might have been a Grand of the Year ball, he was doing the photos. He didn't have a photo of himself and his partner, so I grabbed the camera and said, how about I take one of yous? And he was very, very grateful for that to be done, because it's normally him on the other side of the camera.
Sure.
So he's a very big part of our industry, had been for a very, very long time. So when I relay that story, I mean, for him to be included in the photos as someone in the industry is really important. And my condolences go out to all his family and close friends. It's a very sad loss, but one that we'll have very, very good memories of Joe and everything he did for our sport.
Certainly well said there, Troy. Now, with Troy, just to move on now, racing tonight at Cannington. First of 12, kicking off at 6:37 p.m. Free entry, as is each and every night here at Greyhounds WA. You got another couple of bets for us, don't you?
I have, James. I have. Race 2, number 1, Naughty Evie. Why are you laughing? I don't know why you're laughing. This New South Wales greyhound's come over into the Shane Train kennel. Went 6.66 in a quali trial, 21.90, James. So broke the 22. Good enough for me. We're going to get no value though, James. I think this is going to be far too short. Right. So maybe throw it in multis or do something like that if you like other things on the card. Maybe put it with James Tip, who'll probably also be short, but we might get more value.
A win is a win, Troy.
So I'll add another one as well. Don't disagree with that. Race 4, number 5, another one from the Shane Train kennel, Ripon Pike. This greyhound at recent runs has run 22.08 and 22.02, but did go 6.51, James. Now that's moving early. So I like early speed in these sort of races, particularly over the 381. And so I think it can get the job done too at a bit more value. I think we're getting about the $3 or $4 mark last I checked. So race 2, number 1, Naughty Evie. Race 4, number 5, Ripon Pike.
All right, well, my best bet comes in race 5, number 3, Rapido Ninja. Which is a dog.
Subtitles will appear here. Please stay tuned.
A dog that got in a bit of trouble last start, but fought on really well to run third. From what we've seen of the greyhounds so far, not a lid pinger, but does muster very quickly. I think we'll get a bit of room to move in tonight's race and should be able to put himself into a good position. I think he's got a very good chance of winning this one. Race 5, number 3, Rapito Ninja.
I'm just going to add a little excerpt to that race, because I did look at that race. Yeah, Tic Tac Manali is returning from a bit of time off. I just reckon it's one you've got to keep safe each way for exotics. Look, don't
Yep.
You're asking
Long
questions that I
sometime.
haven't got.
Yep.
I don't think it's overly long, but
Okay.
long enough that I think this dog could return quite fresh.
Like a
and-
tic tac, you might say.
Well, yeah, actually, it's a very good. Well done, James. So I think, this greyhound could run mint, so keep it safe.
Right, Quinella maybe.
Yeah, I just keep it safe each way, and if you're playing exotics, definitely put it in.
Yeah.
I think your greyhound you've tipped is going to be very tough to beat. Don't get me wrong.
All right, there we go. Those are our selections for tonight's Chasing at Cannington. Plenty happening over the next few days. Don't forget the dash tomorrow night at Mandarin, and then the big final of the WA Bred Championship at Cannington on a Saturday. Hopefully you can make it down to the track, but either way, you'll be able to catch us next week on the Wednesday preview.